Yeah, Kingborough 3 goals straight 18, Lauderdale 1-1-7, 13 minutes gone down there at the Lauderdale Oval. So second quarter here, Glenorchy have to lift, they're 8 goals down. This is a good start because it goes to Rundle to Mott, left foot, goes out in front of his teammate Adam Roberts and hits him up. So there we go, that's even better already. He's on centre wing as Roberts. Roberts to Grace and Richter Solder. Aiden Grace over the top, 2-on-1 now though. Spoon gets back to help. But all Grace can do is shovel it across the line, but it's an inside 50 for Dave Gruber. So one inside 50 groups. Didn't see many in the first quarter. In fact, it was only 5-16 North Launceston's way. Boundary throw in. Glenorchy going towards the city end here at Utah Stadium. Good throw in. Lee bumped off it. Daly's there. A lot of players behind and around the footy, and the umpire says, "Give it to me."
Interesting,
yes,
in that ruck contest then, Deegan went up with Alex Lee and seems to have injured himself. He's come back for that one, but he's not in a good way.
Lee, two bites of the cherry. Could have been a free kick there. Glenorchy's way to Sam Rundle. Umpire says play on. Out in front of Mitch Rainbird, over and out of bounds.
As you can see, Deegan's just hobbling to the next contest. He's got his right thigh fairly heavily strapped to start with.
He's had some injury concerns through the year.
Big day's racing today, Foz. Of course, gamble responsibly. Just for our racing listeners, James McDonald has ridden 4 out of 4 at Ramwick. Good effort. Cox Goodger, clearance, over to Walsh, turnover. Daniel Joseph is going to be touch ball, was it, Max? Yep. Off the boot. And a good tackle there by the North Launceston player and Zach Burt. Yeah, J-Mac, 4 out of 4, Fozzle.
That's good. Big races at Flemington as well.
Yes.
As the ball comes over the back end out towards Rundle. He has a support player in Geared. Has to pick the ball up. Back to Webster. They're going backwards. Glenorchy. Eventually the sideways kick comes here towards Blowfield. The handballs and they're right inside defensive 50. Eventually Josh Arnold clears it nicely towards the boundary line. In fact, it's not nicely. It's out of bounds on the floor. Drifts out with a breeze. Free kick North Launceston. And it's going the way there of Mark Walsh. In fact, it's Jay Foon over there in the blue boots. So Jay Foon directs traffic, then kicks inside 50. Front position was Cleary, and he takes a good mark for Glenorchy. Been a great acquisition. Came back to the TSL this year as Tom Cleary. Ex-Launceston player as well. Slows things down. Pinpoints a teammate there in Thompson.
They just need to move the ball a lot quicker here, Glenorchy. Just allows North Launceston to flood back and fill the gaps.
Bank Smith high kick, but that's a nice mark there to Mark Walsh. And he's got that shoulder strap because he heard it to Clarence, against Clarence at Richmond a few weeks ago. Sideways now to Fletcher Bennett. Tempo of the game just slowed a little bit. As Fletcher Bennett goes backwards to Sanders. Now, releasing play here is Richter Solder. Further on he has Nan Curvis. He goes to him now. Now Curvis has to stop. Foot skills not too bad. Gets to Curran on the bounce. He takes his eye off the ball. Now he's under pressure. Tackled by Conway. Bit of a half chance here for Glenorchy. Curran butters up though. He might have got one high. Now he gets it towards Bennett. Bennett and Daly fight it out. Daly does the better to Thompson. Now to Goodsall. Great tackle from behind by Richter Solder. Cameron Goodsall was just a little bit slow on that occasion. And Richter Solder will take the free kick. It's 52-0. We've been playing 3 minutes in the second quarter.
Richter Solder finds Cox Goodger, centre square, looks to handball right, now does it as he went back on the left, went over the top at Curran, but Whitford was there and Whitford hits up Jackie Rushton. Foz, you've handed over the reins too early because your boy's taken another mark. This time he's 30 metres out directly in front, the small forward. Just gives him that little bit of something, doesn't he? He plays that sort of Paul Piccolopolo role at the Hawks. And Jackie Rushton, he's already kicked 2. This will make it 3. So Jack Rushton, 30 out, directly in front. Awkward kick, and it goes off the boot, it goes right, it's through from behind. So a little breeze there. It's going towards the city end, over towards sort of the scoreboard side. And it's going to be a kick out here, good kick out from Arnold. Arnold. He's over the top here to Johnny Geared on the left, in front of Roberts. Is it going to stay? It's not, as Nan Curvis pushes him across the right line. Right on centre wing on the railway side. Down at Lauderdale, it's Kingborough. They've kicked 4 Foz. They're 4-1-25. Lauderdale 2-1-13.
Goal to Kieran Lovell.
Yes, so they're up and about, the Tigers. They've had a good finish to the season. So just tell me what needs to happen again, Foz.
Okay, so if Kingborough beat Lauderdale and Clarence lose, Middlesbrough are in the finals. As the ball comes inside 50 here towards Rushton again. He leads up, he takes another mark. Strong work there by Jack Rushton. He's a bit further out than last time. And he thinks about playing on. Now he does. Centres the ball nicely to Zach Burt, who's taken the mark. Kicked a goal in the first quarter, Macca. Yes, kicked one. He had a couple other opportunities.
He's kicked 1-2.
So, yeah, Maxie mentioned all these players playing for their spots. And, Whitford is all by himself. About 25, 30 metres out. 45-degree angle. So, a bit of a lax defence there from Glenorchy. And hands on knees there for Zach Webster, realises it. And Taylor Whitford, one of the best set shots in the business, kicked a couple of beauties last week down at Twin Ovals. And he comes for North Launceston's 9th. Taylor Whitford. Umpire works off to the left. Opportunities missed there for North Launceston. 8-6-54. They lead Glenorchy yet to score.
Yeah, just that wind. Daniel Joseph, another good kick out, finds Daly. And there's a weapon of Joseph on that left foot. It's brilliant. Daly, he sets Reece Mott a job because he's circled by 4 Northern Bombers. Dan Curvis got it from Ponting. Goes back over the head of Edmonds inside 50. Withers tries to go and does. Goes in hard. Good tackle, John Geard. Inside 50 just to North Launceston. So, Foz, if Clarence win, they're in. Is this what you're telling me?
Absolutely, yep.
Righto.
But,
Clarence win, they're in. And that game's today, so we'll try and get you a score from down at Richmond. No live stream of that game, but we'll try and bring you a score as soon as we can. Rainbird, handball. In the little phone box, here's Sanders. Oh, it was a tricky little kick. He saw it. Edmonds there, couldn't quite get it to him on the floater. And Joseph takes the kick. He's missed the target. It goes to Blowfield. Is it going to stay in? Blowfield probably wants it to go out, and it does. Right in front of the scoreboard here at UTAS Stadium, which reads 8-6-54 North Launceston. Glenorchy yet to score, but the good signs for Glenorchy is it's 7 minutes gone and North Launceston haven't kicked a goal in the second quarter.
Boundary throw in, thanks to our sponsors Andrew Dorr, Telstra Swords, Quadrant Mall, Kings Meadows and the Brisbane Street Mall. Tapped over here now towards Walsh, who fumbles. Costly. Reece Mott fighting on now. Withers has got it. 2 kicks out from goal. Kicks into the pocket. Edmonds is there. Cleary does better. Takes the mark. So he's been one of their better players so far, Maxie. Tom Cleary back there.
Yeah, he has. Without him, there'll probably be another 3 or 4 goals behind, I reckon, Plus.
As he kicks. So now what's happened here? Umpires making a kick over the mark, I think. Probably a good thing because the kick wasn't great. So it's going to come back to Tom Cleary. In the back pocket. So NTJFA finals tomorrow, starting early, around 8 o'clock or so there at the Longford Oval. It can be right through to 6 o'clock, so it's going to be great for the youngsters tomorrow, the NTJFA finals. It was great to get a season away this year as Tom Cleary now kicks towards the wing, over the back. Mark taken by Connie Young, a bit of injury worry earlier. He kicks inside 50, they keep pumping it in, and Tom Cleary takes another mark. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber. We got 7-2 this quarter. Cleary goes short and finds Rundle. So inside defensive 50, this is where they find it difficult to get out. Feigns the handball, then kicks long up the line. In the direction there of Lee, Foon rises high. At the fall is Foon. Battling away there is Banks Smith. Gets a handball away. Here's a chance for Glenorchy. Ends up with Goodsall. He's confronted there by Whitford. Now Sanders, he's tackled by a couple. Has to release, umpire said no prior. So just a bit of an uneventful passage of play here.
Just no movement by the Glenorchy half forwards or forwards when they looked like being able to get it into their forward line, Foz. It's
the opposite here, we see it now as gets towards Ponting. Bootlace of Tom Donnelly over there. It's out of bounds. Sorry, Maxie, kick go.
Yeah, well, North Launceston's got so many avenues to goals, and what we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goal kickers out of 8 already, and I can't see where Glenorchy can buy a goal at the moment.
Yeah, it's they're missing Jay this week. Of course, he kicked a few last week. And that 4-point loss there to North Hobart. So Rundle kicks it forward, but it's only as far as Egger. It's where they can build North Launceston with Nankerv. It's to Sanders. That's Oliver Sanders. This way, that away. He gets corralled a bit by Grace. Runs a full measure. In fact, he runs too fast, says the umpire. So free kick against Oliver Sanders will go to James Roberts. And he's a couple of kicks out from goal on the half-forward flank.
Great mark to Big Two Tie down at Lauderdale Foz, and there he's about to try and put them in front. It's 3-2-20 Lauderdale, Kingborough up 4-1-25. Inside 50, and he goes as far as Whitford. Sanders, hands, too low, put it at the bootlaces. Bennett, and it's gone out of bounds. So a little bit sloppy there, Sanders.
Probably excuse him. He's had a pretty big week. 3 games in the 7 days.
Righto, do that. I reckon he can still probably hit a handball to the chest, but give him a pass, Foz. Fair enough. Lee down to Whitford. Rainbird burrows in with the helmet. Roberts taken Foon. So they've really tried to just tighten up the congestion here, haven't they, Glenorchy? Which you'd expect them to do when you're 8 goals down at quarter time. They're just not scoring themselves. It's really ugly. Here's Daly out of the pocket. Callan Daly special. He just popped up like a jack in the box. He comes out of a pack of about 15 players, and Callan Daly, he just come out from the other side of the pack and snaps it over the shoulder, and there's Glenorchy's first to the little goal kicker in Callan Daly.
True Rovers goal there, Macca, in the right spot. Alex Lee again was dominant in the hit out there, and Taylor Whitford sort of played for the free kick a little bit there, through the arms back, and the ball.
I said okay, right.
Yep, and bounced onto Daly's chest and swung it across his body and got a much needed goal, which is a bit of an understatement for the Magpies here.
What a time at the
Lauderdale Oval. What happened there with Tutai's kick, but he hasn't scored. So 3-3-21 Lauderdale, trial Kingborough at 4-1-25. Harry Richmond with 2 for Lauderdale. Had a good back end of the season, Harry Richmond.
Certainly has. Back in the middle of Utah Stadium. So, bit of a morale booster there for Glenorchy. First goal. Let's see if they can get another. As Simpson, though, takes it from the middle to Walsh. Could have handballed there to Cox Goodger. Decides to kick instead. Rushed into his bootlaces. Now back to Cox Goodger. He kicks inside 50. Donnelly one out here with Cleary. And Cleary takes another mark inside defensive 50. That's about 5 or 6 today. It's been fantastic. Gets it to Arnold. Kicks under pressure to Goodsall. Nearly takes a good mark. Under pressure. It falls out of bounds.
I know they've got a different side today, Foz, but I don't know whether Donnelly's that high marking sort of big forward, especially on Cleary. I've gone to him a few times, and he's just at the square at the moment, Donnelly. He's on a pretty good defender. He needs to go on the lead, I think. Big Sauce.
High tackle there on Cox Goodger. So he'll take the free kick. Little kick to the pockets. He finds that James Curran there.
10.
He's got it. Kicks inside.
There's
looking
the lead.
for Donnelly. Cleary does well again. Bit of a chaos ball now. Opportunities for North Launceston. Handball comes to Rushton. He's tackled. Now Donnelly. Handball to Egger. They're trying hard here. Kick away by Avent. Falls to the pocket. Richie Dilger is out there. So as Mott takes it. Gets out of a couple of tackles. There's Reece Mott and then kicks wide. The only person there is Oliver Sanders. Has a bit of time to sum up his options. Goes on his right foot towards Cox Goodger. Takes a strong mark. That was a good mark there from Cox Goodger. Kicks inside 50 and Jack Avent takes the piercing pass. About 45 out from goal, 45-degree angle. Great skill from Cox Goodger there. Contested mark and then a pinpointed pass.
This might test him a little bit.
He's looking around a bit, Jack Avent.
A little breeze there, just a little one. Zephyr.
Twirls the ball in his hands, does Avent. Close to the man on the mark. Kicks it off to the right, one behind. So no goals so far this quarter for North Launceston. Been playing about 13 minutes. They're 8-7-55 to 1 goal straight 6 Mac.
Missed all 3 goals to that right side. Good kick out, finds Daly. Daly. So kicked a good goal for Glenorchy a couple minutes ago. Yes, Foz?
I'll get next topic, Mac.
Reece Mott, centre wing. Dances left, dances right, goes around Cox Goodger. Hitting up here for Glenorchy's Thompson. But it looks as though it could be going back all over the top there. Could have been a free kick against Bennett. Thompson, Daly's there. They're fighting a lot harder, a lot more intent this quarter, Max, than the Glenorchy Magpies.
That was great effort there from young Thompson.
Yeah, it was.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, second and third efforts. They need more of it from Glenorchy boys, and just got to buy a couple of goals from somewhere.
All up, Conway, and he goes as far as Egger. Ponting, railway wing side, stops and props, seizes the moment. Looks here for Burt. Good handball to Eggo, ran on. Here's Avent from 50. Up and over the top, Donnelly and Cleary. Donnelly gets rid of it. It's Edmonds, in fact. Over the top, well done. Cleary, Rushton, forward line pressure. And they go from the half-back line, Glenorchy, and hit up here, Bloomfield.
Bloomfield to Brown.
This guy's got to be hitting up for him.
Here's Brown, he takes a bounce, kicks it to the wing to Aiden Grace. That's a good foot skills there from young Brown. He kicks inside here looking for Bank Smith. Well, Rainbird it is. Gets it out of Daly. In fact, it was Bank Smith. He gets it now to Daly to Rainbird. 2 helmeted ones. So Rainbird takes the mark. That was good footy from Glenorchy.
That's their talent though. Like Max was asking Aiden Grace to hit up. He was the Premier Forward in the competition a couple of years back, and once he hit up, you know, they've got that there going. So look, they're trying harder this quarter. They've got a lot more intensity, Max, and that's what comes a lot with the game. It's just intensity.
Rainbird, 45 out. It's up into the breeze. It just drifts across, one behind. Got a score now from Richmond, and it's North Hobart 2-5-17. Clarence 3-1-19. So it's pretty close there. So 2 close games. Final spots up for grabs. As Van Buren kicks it out of fullback. Lovely kick here for Curran, or in fact Walsh takes the mark. He's got Curran by hands. No, he decides to hold it up. Great return today, Mark Walsh. He's had a lot of it. Kick holds up a little bit. Oh, young Goodsall courage. Gee, Paul Kennedy, you'd love to see that from young Cameron Goodsall. The number 18 there for Glenorchy, and he's caught one. He's not getting up in a hurry. But it's okay. Now hands off to Brennan. Brennan, awkward looking kick. Up here towards Rainbird. 1 against 3. Rainbird actually does well to Brown. He's done some nice things in this quarter. Fletcher Bennett's got it to Curran. Now to Riley Sanders. Little inside out kick finds Ponting. He's tackled from behind. Tackled high, says the umpire. Free kick to Ponting.
Ponting, another good game from him. Plenty of the footy. Walsh. Ask you, how's the City Park Player of the Year looking?
Not going to say. I'll keep it in this region next week.
Next week we announce.
Don't influence any vote givers.
Righto, Max needs all the influence he can get. It's a good hang there from Burt. Zach Burt took a nice little leap. Haven't seen him up off the ground that much for a while. Burt hits in and finds his mate in Cox Goodger. So Cox Goodger goes forward and Burt finds him after a little hang time. And Cox Goodger outmarks Reese Mott. 30 metres out directly in front, Max.
Do we put it down? Put it down for goal?
Oh, well, if he kicks, it's got to go left goal post. He's missed every shot. They've missed every shot this quarter to the right. Let's see what Cox Goodger can do. Comes in, deliberate approach. Umpire works to the left, but I think it snuck in. It has, and there's a goal to Cox Goodger. So that's 2 for him, 11 for the season, Foz. And Bradley Cox Goodger's underway today. Yes.
One thing, Max, that's underrated in Brad Cox Goodger's game is his contested mark, isn't he? For a player his size, a one-on-one mark, he's so strong.
He is. He's just got that core body strength from around the hips where he can just place himself on the ground and just sort of body the other guys off, whether it be someone of his own size or whether it's the opposition ruckman. He normally competes very well on those one-on-one contests, as we saw then, Foz. Relatively easy mark for him, just stood his ground and went back and drilled it straight through the middle.
Goal apiece in the second quarter. We've gone nearly 18 minutes. Umpire Butler raises the ball aloft and hoists it into the air. Rundle takes it now and he fouls Riley Sanders. Lovely handball over here towards Egger. Egger kicks to half forward and taken by Avent. Avent. Burt presents. In fact, is it Burt or Taylor Whitford? I think it's Taylor Whitford. In orange boots there, he's taken the mark. He's about 35 out, 10 in from the boundary. Nice little handball there for Riley Sanders from the centre, Maxi.
Yeah, it was just controlled, wasn't it?
Yep.
Didn't panic, knew what his capabilities was, knew that he had a bit of space.
Running round now as Taylor Whitford keeps it low and scores the goal. Beautiful play there from Taylor Whitford. Kicked a couple of beauties last week. Another one here at UTAS Stadium. And there's good work out of the centre there. It was Riley Sanders to Egger. And then eventually it ended up with Taylor Whitford, and the coach scores another goal for North Launceston.
Yeah, well, that's his 12th for the season, and McCulloch's the leader with 13. So Big Bartholomew wouldn't like Whitford to get too many today. He might win the trophy.
Might be a bit biased towards the coach there if the boys want to get a game.
Whitford goes to full forward, which is just an amazing thing to be able to do. Just sits at full forward, one out.
This is where Glenorchy's got to hold a bit of pride in their game. For the first 15 minutes of that quarter, whilst it wasn't any great heights, they held, held their own.
Yeah, definitely.
The last couple of minutes, North have just got on top again.
Inside 50s again, 13 to 4. So it's just been that efficiency. They've had enough of the footy again, North. Just haven't been able to hit the targets like they did early. Cox Goodger out, finds Withers on the far side. Burt hit up in front of the scoreboard and it goes out of bounds. So just haven't been as direct as they were in the first quarter, where they were really away. A little bit of a breeze this quarter, they make it a little bit harder. Just a few set shots, a couple late. 10-6, 66, North Launceston, Glenorchy 1-1-7. 20 minutes gone. Can't be too long left after the 20. First quarter only went to 22 with 8 goals. So we'll see what happens. A few more stoppages this quarter though. Bennett, intercept, inside 50s, their time for another. Not on this occasion because it hits and finds Daniel Joseph. Swings and goes, left foot, decides to handball instead. Here's Arnold, well done, good hit up, Glenorchy, Luke Nicholson. So Luke Nicholson gives it back. Oh, it's gone to the bootlaces there of Arnold, puts him under pressure. Here's Withers, gets rid of one, gets rid of two. Goes the third, Whitford hits a contest, Rushton has the goals in his sights. Jackie boy Rushton! He's kicked 3, and it was just pressure there, and it was the handball from Luke Nicholson who just put Arnold under pressure. It was just a skill error, and it doesn't take much because it was Withers who swept, and finds Jackie Rushton after a really good contest from Whitford. And Jackie Rushton, Foz has kicked 3.
It's a learning thing, isn't it, Maxie? Young Nicholson making his way in TSL footy. You soon learn that just the slightest of errors can lead to a turnover against a good side.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll learn from it. But what I was impressed with then, just under pressure, Withers didn't just fire away. He knew that there was a North guy there in front of him. Just eased the ball. He could have quite easily had a big swing and a miss at him there.
Is Cox Goodger now to Ponty with another clearance up towards half forward. Event can't quite take the mark. Fumbles a little bit. Brown there for Glenorchy, now taken by Withers. Back to Riley Sanders by hand to Foon. Foon confronted by a few. Kick smothered. Now a chance for Glenorchy through Webster to Conway. Goes the big boot. Lovely smother there from Riley Sanders. Foon stands up in the tackle. Gets it back to Sanders, who does the same. His handball is to Lee. Here was Donnelly, who takes a strong mark against an opponent there in Joseph. So Donnelly goes sideways. Egger with space. Now did he play on? He wants to go back and have a shot. I think umpire Nick Butler says it's okay. He's a long way out, has to be said. Yeah, he's going to be kicking about 80. He goes the torp, and as usual these days, young players don't do the torp very well, Maxie. And it falls short, but it's the end of the second quarter here at UTAS Stadium. Fairly even quarter, except for the last 5 minutes when North Launceston kicked those 3 goals and assert their authority. 11-6-72, North Launceston, Glenorchy 1-1-7.